Hey everybody, it's your favorite chef, Chef Rick. And tonight for dinner date, we're gonna do a two-parter. Two-parter means that we're gonna make the starch, we're gonna make the carrots, and we're gonna make the sauce to go on top. And now the second part, we're gonna make the steak and lobster tails. That's right, we still got lobster tails that we have to use. So come on with me, let's go eat, and let's get started. The first part of this dinner is the baked potatoes. Everybody love a good baked potato. So what we're going to do is we preheat the oven to 350. And then what we're going to do is put the potatoes in the oven for an hour or an hour and 10 minutes, all depending on the thickness of your potatoes. So without further delay, let's go get the ingredients. We're going to use some real simple ingredients for the baked potato. First, we're going to start off with 2 tablespoons of butter. Sit right down there. We're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Kosher salt is really, really good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to get some black pepper. We're going to get some coarse black pepper on there. We're going to get some Pam to put on there as well. And here's your 1/4 teaspoon. We're going to sit right there. Next, we're going to get 2 foil sheets because we're making 2 potatoes. So we want to make sure that each potato gets its own foil sheet. And then next, we're going to take the 2 spuds. Now, as you can see, the spuds and everything is delicious. They're not cooked. So as you can see, the thickness of these, I can feel these. So these are going to take maybe about an hour and 5 minutes. So what we're going to do first is we're going to spray the potatoes with the Pam. One side, second side. Now this is to make sure that the salt and pepper stays on it because we're going to season the skin. Because there's a lot of people out there who love the skin of the potatoes. I'm one of the people. And because I just think it's delicious once it's baked. So I'm going to wipe my hands off. Next, we're going to use some cracked black pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Let's get that on there. I hear that. Also, when you use a Pam on the potatoes, it's less likely that your potato will stick to the foil. Next, we're going to use the 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to sprinkle that on it. Sprinkle that on it. I like mine's a little salty. And then next, with a spoon, what we're going to do is we're going to put the butter right on top. We'll put the butter right on top of this. So when it melts, it will fill the whole package of the foil. So now once that's done, we're going to wipe off our hands. I'm telling you, blind people, we use a lot of paper towel because we have to keep our hands clean. So what we're going to do, I'm going to move this one over. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to get it. Fold it this way. Tuck it in. Tuck that in or just twist it. I like to twist it. Either way, you can either fold it or just twist it. Really doesn't matter. And then twist that up so none of the butter runs out. So you got one potato that's already done and down to get cooked. Now this one's gonna fight me a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. You know, sometimes food just want to fight. It doesn't want to be cooked. So what we're going to do is do the same exact thing to the second potato. Turn it. Now what this is doing, this is sealing in everything to make sure that the butter stays in the foil. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to get our trusty pan, put the potatoes on it, and then we're going to throw the potatoes in the oven just like this, again, on 350 for an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. You want to make sure, what I normally do, I squeeze the sides. But, you know, since we are visually impaired, you just might want to just get a fork and stab straight down the middle. If the potato comes straight up with out the fork comes straight up without the potato, that child you know is done. All right, let's get started. Hey, now we're going to go to the next leg on this. While the potatoes are in the oven, what we're going to do is we're going to start chopping up the carrots for the roasted carrots. The maple honey roasted carrots, which is so delicious. It'll go with this, and it'll go with anything that you want to put it with. Well, you know, like in the restaurants, they always give you that boring broccoli. They give you that boring cauliflower mixture, which is always half seasoned, not enough butter. This time we're going to make it flavorful. Just because we're not at the restaurant doesn't mean that we still can't keep the food flavorful and fun. So right now, we're getting ready to cut up the carrots. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to cut the carrots to the correct size that we need so we can roast it. What you need to start this recipe off with is a pound of already skinned carrots. And then from there, we're going to cut it up to smaller pieces so it can roast evenly and quicker. So I'm going to grab one, and I'll put this over here. Grab my trusty old knife. We're going to, your bear claw, you want to have a bear claw when you cut. And you cut the top off, cut the bottom. You want to get rid of those ends. Take that, and then you want to cut it in half. I know I would cut this carrot into thirds, just to be on the safe side. So, and then you want to make a bridge. If you make a bridge with your hand, and when you hold the knife to cut it in half, you will never cut yourself. And then from there, you just want to just cut it diagonally, just like that. Just like that. Real simple. Cut it into threes. And then, like I said, it'll roast really well. And these smaller pieces you don't really have to cut because those are the tips. They're going to roast a little faster than the bigger pieces. So this is how you would want to cut this for the roasted carrots, and come back and join me. Hey, now we just got finished cutting the carrots. As you can see, they are a nice size for a one bite on your fork. But we're going to add the rest of the ingredients now. So what we're going to do is get a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to pour that right in there. Next, we're going to get a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You know, kosher salt that we had. We're going to get some pepper. Fresh ground cracked pepper always tastes the best. Just going to give a couple swishes around. And then next, we're going to do about a teaspoon of maple syrup. I hope that's a teaspoon. Can't see it. Teaspoon of maple syrup right in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a rubber spatula, and then we're just going to mix it together. You know, and if you're feeling even more chefy, turn it around. This coats it evenly. Turn it around. I hope I don't drop anything, because it'll be real embarrassing showing you how to do a chefy thing and they come flying out. So now, since that's all mixed up, what we're going to do is get our half sheet pan, and we're going to spray it with Pam so it doesn't stick. A lot of people have used parchment paper, but I'm not afraid to wash dishes. So we're going to do that. Take our carrot mixture and then put it right on there. And then what we're going to do is just spread it out. Simple, to the point. Oh yeah, there's going to be a correction to the menu. Rather than making the sauce, there's another video that I had of making sun-dried tomato butter. That's what we're going to put on the steak today. So again, more butter, more flavor, more taste. Hey, welcome back. And I know that we really didn't go anywhere, but we're going to do the lobster. Now, in my previous video, remember how I said lobster, you cut it down the middle? And again, these are some nice, beautiful lobsters, nice and big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down the middle, and then I'm going to put it in a pan. I'm going to put it in this pan, and then I'm going to put it in the oven so it can broil. And then I'm going to top it with some, what we got over there? I think that we got some Old Bay butter. So I'm going to give it a cut. Again, you're blind, you want to make sure that you have a sighted person with you. Put that to the side. I'm going to open it up. Beautiful lobster like before, the last video. Beautiful lobster. Take your finger, run it inside, loosen the meat up. Take your other finger, take your finger again, loosen it up. And then what we're going to do is just make sure the meat is loosened. Oops, that broke a little bit, but that's okay. You're going to take it out, close it, put it on top, spread out. We're going to close it right under it. We're going to spread out. We're going to fan out the tail, just like that. And we're going to do it to the next one as well. So we're going to tuck that little piece under, and we're going to get this one, making sure that we're doing it over the pot so it doesn't go nowhere. And yeah, this, I'm going to move this container, that sink, it's closer. And then we're going to do the exact same thing we just did. Run your finger inside to loosen up the flesh. Love the flesh. These lobsters are gorgeous. I wish I could see them, but the meat's going to be succulent. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be very tasty. And then now, we're going to put this on the top. We're going to fan out the tail as much as we can, going in the opposite direction, so it'll give it wings to fly, or a tail to swim, you know. And then when we put it on a plate, it's going to be that much of a big sight. Because you want your lobster, you're paying so much for the lobster at the restaurant, you want it to look good. So this is that Old Bay butter that I said. Just going to brush it on there. Brush it on both of them. Just to get a little of that Old Bay seasoning flavor in there. Just coat it. Baste it. Now you can put anything that you want in your butter. You can put Old Bay, you can put Cajun, or you can do a mixture of what we did last time. So I'm gonna pop these bad boys in the oven, and I'm gonna get started on the steaks, because the vegetables, the lobster, and the steak should all go into the oven at the same time, so they can all come out at the same time, and everybody can eat at the same time. All right, let's hit up the steaks. Well, here we go, the sirloin steaks. Now, we're not going to make a big fuss about it. What we're going to do is just put some salt and pepper on it. Got my pepper. I'm putting on it. Got some salt, sprinkling on it. And then we're going to turn it over. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Some pepper. Salt. What I like to do to keep it from sticking to the pan, I like to just hit it with some Pam. A quick, because I can't see and I don't want my steaks stuck to the pan. So I'm gonna take this one. You hear that sizzle? And now I'm gonna take the second one. Now what I'm going to do, I put it on there. I'm going to turn it the other way. So I'm going to try to get diamonds on here. As you can see, the pan is very hot. And I'm also going to spray this side too. Because what we're going to do we're doing a combination cooking. Combination cooking means that we're gonna cook it on top and put it in the oven. So we're grilling right now on the top, and I'm gonna finish it off in the oven. I'm gonna turn it up, the right side up. Hopefully the good, gorgeous grill marks, and then from there, I'm gonna just leave it in there to the correct temperature. You know, some people like their steaks rare, medium well, and well done. I like mine's medium rare. So they're not gonna be in there that long, probably about 6 to 8 minutes, and it should be a perfect medium rare after it sits. Now let's see what it looks like. Oh, does it look like it's diamonds on there? I don't know, you guys gotta tell me. But I know it smells amazing. And then what I'm going to do now is, I'm gonna just pop it right in the oven. We're just moments away from a delicious Sunday date night meal. You have the lobster meat, you have the steaks, you have the roasted carrots, and you got baked potatoes. Told you this was going to be a two-part meal because you have to cook some parts before the others. You want to make sure you cook everything that's the hardest to cook first, and then go down to the easiest. Like the lobsters and the steak, the steak you put on the top of the stove with the grill, and you put it right in the oven. Set it and forget it. Lobster, broiled lobster, right in the oven. Set it and forget it. The carrots, after we done prepped it up, got the good flavor on there, put it right in the oven. Set it and forget it. So again, let's go put this together and let's see. Hey, we just got finished. I just got finished plating, and here goes the end result. Now, the surf and turf is really good with the butter, sun-dried tomato butter. You got the roasted carrots, you got the potato, and you got this huge lobster. So thank you for tuning in, and come on, let's eat.